art, hand details. That's it.
Okay.
As much as you can find around the room. You can damn near move around over here too. And
Try to get the
some
table too, like the little piece of the table that's not covered.
Yeah.
If it's too dark, you might have to bring your ISO up for just that shot and then bring it back down to what you had it at.
I just hit, okay. I just hit the live on this one, y'all.
Yes.
I just did. Okay. I'm good,
You're quiet on set, and it's chairman's time to shine.
Good. We good?
Yeah, we good.
All right, good. Now Tevin, you got a bunch of quotables, man. And first and foremost, I want to say, the first one that stood out to me was about your take on the difference between a war and a revolution. I want you to break that down for me.
You quote, like a lot of times there's terms like revolution, revolutionary, etc. It has sometimes the pros and cons of becoming popularized is definition can get twisted. Basic dynamic of revolution itself is change, complete change. And a lot of, in particular with the Black community in particular, you know what I'm saying, colonized here in the United States, the term, again, it gets twisted. So you're talking about complete change in regards and inside of a system that's so Machiavellian. I'm talking about the United States, U.S. imperialism in particular, is so Machiavellian. How it embeds and intertwines into the DNA, and that people start, you know, saying that they grasp not only the politics of the system, but also the characteristics of it, and also in many cases people believe that they themselves created this system. So when you're talking about the basic breakdown into a war, two opposing forces that suit up and boot up to get out. You can look at, historically, you hear situations with the Civil War, so on and so forth. You can have some basic assessments. Okay, the blue and the gray, the Union against Confederate, so on and so forth. A revolution is more complex. A revolution, you know what I'm saying, the minds, the Black Panther Party said we fight for the minds and hearts of the people. You change the minds of the masses and of the people, and how it's not that elementary. You just can't come through and just say, okay, this is the opposing force. This is who is being attacked. You're talking about, like, you look at cases in Africa, the Philippines, Vietnam. So you're talking revolution in China. You know what I'm saying? Different dynamics. They use a term called a cultural revolution, where even the children, you look at the elder, people who you may not see literally out there on the battlefield. The impacts. In fact, I see a lot of times the battlefield, the bedroom, the boardroom, all these different dynamics. You look at cases like in Vietnam. It was not just GOP and Ho Chi Minh, we talk about the U.S. aggression against Vietnam that they were particularly worried about. There was a different dynamics, even down to the bumblebees. It was a different sort of bumblebee. The bumblebees were trained to come out at a certain time. Well, the American soldiers didn't know if it was the Vietnamese or the bumblebees. The prostitutes. It was a different sort of prostitute. You know what I'm saying? That was, during the revolution, you know what I'm saying, the Vietnamese. The prostitute's position was, well, the American soldier, if they go to bed with us, we guarantee they won't get up in the morning. And it was a different dynamic. Even when you refer to the people say, well, this guy's just an alcoholic. Even how during the revolution, it was some commitment, some point into it. Even alcoholic would say, well, leave a corner of liquor, so leave a corner of alcohol inside the bottle, so we can at least use this. It was a different climate. How, you look at the Black Power movement in the 1960s. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about even the phenomenon in Chicago, the street organization, the street tribes. It was a different sort of disciple. You know what I'm saying? It was a different sort of stone. You get the transformation between the devil disciples, the Black disciples, from the Black Stone Rangers, the Black Peace Stone Nation. You know what I'm saying? These different dynamics and being put in context in the revolutionary period. Music during the revolution. You know what I'm saying? The revolution hides the contradictions where no one can say, well, I'm neutral. A war person can say, well, okay, I'm not taking a particular position. A revolution, you're hiding the contradictions, you know what I'm saying? And that's how people, they themselves may not even be cognizant of it. They're playing some respective role, whether it be in the interest of the Allied forces or the Axis forces, the Confederates or the Yankees, the people of the state.
One of the philosophies that was used in the Black Panther Party was dialectical materialism. Can you break that down for us?
Dialectical materialism. Dialectical materialism is the basic philosophical tool that we relate to. You know, we the Black Panther Party Cubs, as you know, what I'm saying, which we the Black Panther Party. There are different walks of life, different schools of thought. You know, in other words, people say, well, how do you come to an assessment? How do you draw to certain conclusions? People say, well, some people say, well, I seen this relationship couldn't work because astrologically speaking, it wasn't a balance. Some people say, well, I look at gut feelings, you know what I'm saying, or, I look at spiritually. Dialectical materialism takes into account past situations. It takes into account logic. It takes how do we come to conclusion? How do we look at certain locations in a garden that comes to cultivate the crop? Say, why wouldn't this planting season be beneficial now? And organize in the revolution. So why wouldn't it be beneficial? You know what I'm saying, to put this sort of propaganda out? You know what I'm saying? How can the people relate to this? Is it premature? So on and so forth. As well as recognizing that things are constantly being born and growing, as well as dying and disintegrating. A lot of times people, you know what I'm saying, they call what we refer to as a time warp. They say, okay, well, man, my grandmother done this. That's how she would fix it. That's how she would do this. Negating there are different dynamics. People talk about, like people talk about, well, the Black Panther Party, how they had Chairman Fredo, got all different street organizations. You got to take into account the decimating of street organizations, decimating the organization itself, you know what I'm saying? And put that in context. You have to take into account, like a lot of people who call themselves organized, I trip when I even had such dynamics. It's like, when I was going to some city, I was like, I hit the ground, I say, what sort of narcotics are the people engage in? People say, why you want to know that? If you're an organizer, these are different dynamics that you have to take into account. And dialectical materialism gives us an ability to assess that, take that into account, and say, okay, look, it doesn't stay stagnant. It's constantly being born and growing as well as dying and disintegrating.
Hey, the dog. We good with the dog? It's natural.
It's natural. That's the Hampton.
Cool.
The matter of fact, I'm glad we're still going. Matter of fact, speaking of which, I'm glad you have to be able to, with the Black Panther Party Cubs, Black Panther Party, you have to be able to move on a pivot. And this, there are different dynamics, like, what I'm saying. And a lot of times people take situations, a lot of organizations, they are for the luxury. I'm gonna say quote unquote luxury. Things are laid out for them. You know what I'm saying? This is how we're going to come in. We're going to have our meeting. The weather's going to be this way. This, you know what I'm saying? We're going to talk to this person. You know what I'm saying? Comrade, let me call you right back. I'm doing an interview right now. I'm going live. I'm calling you right back. You're free, mom. Now I know the Instagram. I got to start that back. The difference, a lot of people, and I come into contact with a lot of individuals that say they're organizers, or even some schools, I say revolutionaries, where really it's a range setting. Things are laid out for them. This is how it's going to move. This is what you can expect. But the deal is, and I even the term grassroots has been watered down. It's been twisted. I said, in fact, we say this got so messed up. We the weeds. You know what I'm saying? And different dynamics, like everything's political. Like it's like some relationships. Whether they know it or not, whether they acknowledge it, are arranged. Like people say, I heard that arranged weddings. That still occurs. So directly, indirectly. You may think people looking at some of these different, like in the music industry, so on and so forth. Like, oh, why would this person just get with this person? Maybe they like this guy told me when he was in college, going play basketball, how they was showing movies that showed black women in a bad light. Then all of a sudden, the women that they met at the event, the party, you know what I'm saying, and they look back and say, "Damn, it was all set up, it was all arranged all the time." A lot of there was an interview where a guy was in Miami. He was being interviewed, and they showed him and say, "This is how long you've been working for the CIA," and it shocked him. They, you know what I'm saying, when they approached him and said, had a young lady approach him and say, you say, you speak better than Aristide. You're more articulate. Why aren't you the spokesperson? Tapped into his ego. They approached him and showed him, say, you remember that time when you some bullhorns were delivered to you, and you're saying you had a crew of people to pop up for you, and at the time it was internal struggles within the U.S. power structure. They were attempting to make Bill Clinton, former U.S. President Bill Clinton, look bad. And this guy was armed with a team. He didn't know it, you know what I'm saying? But they had a psychological profile on him. In fact, when the crew of cats was, I'll take on protest, one of the guys asked the other guys, "Hey man, but Don and you, every time we go on a protest, some beautiful lady in a nice Lexus pull up on you," and the guy said, "Damn, I never thought about that." This is, I think from the state position, they refer to it as called a bump. It's a term they use called a bump. Well, you think it's a coincidental bump. They bump into you, you know, so a person's walking to you, and you're like, damn, that just happened. Back to the case at hand. Even even not on the ground organizing, there are pros and cons to it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say, "Chairman, why you deal with this person? Why you deal with this person?" We have to deal with the good, the bad, and the ugly. We have to deal with the broken hearts, mentally scarred, and bad body parts. And a reporter asked me, how many members do you have? I said, a lot of times it depends on how many people the police have murdered. And a lot of people have an arrogance. They think, well, I'm going to go talk to you and explain this to a person, blah. You have to study the dynamics, you know what I'm saying? Catch people at their right time, so on and so forth. And it's even here at the Hampton House, when we first got here, these were not ideal situations. The plan was to salt the earth. They had literally turned this to a dope house. This was a dope. They had turned the house that Chairman Fred Hampton grew up into a dope den. We didn't cut no corners. We went to a lot of people to the position with Chairman, man, hit your muscle, man. Shut it down. Deal is, we want to heighten the contradiction. See, it is not an absolute, don't get it twisted. Not just but our political muscle, which includes, you know what I'm saying, different dynamics. Y'all forgive me. One sec. I gotta get this. Talk to me. I'm doing an interview, but I got you talk to me. Yep. No. It was good. Okay. Right on. You what you just heard? Some people, I remember one young lady asked me one time, she said, "Why you never turn your phone off?" She said, "You got to turn your phone off." And she's part of an organization that y'all found, it was like they call us a revolutionary, but it was like a 9 to 5 thing with them. I never know. You know what I'm saying? What's gonna pop up? You know what I'm saying? I gotta be able to move on a pivot. I never, and we fighting for the stage in the game. We can have a climate. We can recognize, you know what I'm saying, with all the work in alignment, like the ecosystem, it's like, but the deal is there's certain stages in the game where you can't afford that, you know what I'm saying? We fight for that space to be able to just like, one of the things I respect and I appreciate about the Black Power movement of the 60s was like, it was a climate where the distinctions were made, well, this is entertainment, this is revolutionary. And once it sets things in alignment, it's like, I was in Stateville, we call it Deathville, and there was some of the street triad cats was getting into it about it was something petty. And at the time, the guards was doing the beat downs were happening nonstop. And I happened to go past, I'm reading, what's that book, Nelson Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom. Though I remain to have ideological differences. We do, the ANC, but however, I respect, I said, wow. I was reading through the struggles that they were having, within the prisons, the camps, ideological struggles, and sometimes became antagonistic, between ANC, PAC, Zulu, Black Conscious Movement. I said, wow, to be in that sort of environment, those type of struggles, as opposed to these cats tripping over some trivial shit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you want that's a revolutionary climate. You know what I'm saying? We on reactionary time now. You know what I'm saying? We look forward to revolutionary climate. It was a different dynamic. The ante was up. The type of discussion, the relationships. This was or back to the kid with the dogs barking. The Hampton House Hounds, they were brought here for a purpose, to help clean house. And you know what I'm saying? You can't, you know what I'm saying, pick and choose. See, you can't like even structure. A lot of people want to say, well, we do an interview now, tell the dogs to be cool. I can tell you which dog there was. That was rebellion. I can tell you, you know what I'm saying? Man, something moves right. The community, it's an ecosystem. You follow what I'm saying? It's a dynamic that, like I tell you, like in a relationship, you know what I'm saying? You say, man, you say, man, I don't want to be like, when the bad times go, let's break up. No, that they serve a purpose. You know what I'm saying? And that's important that people can see. You know, and that's stuff that's dynamics that a lot of people don't get to, you don't read about in the books, the different roles that, back to I just said a minute ago, about the bumblebees in Vietnam. Now you come back, we outside, you in Vietnam, you have a get together. Oh man, come on, man, get rid of all the bees, man. Hold on, those same bees. They was just utilized. They come out the bamboo sticks, you know what I'm saying, when American soldiers would jack up their ammunition. You know what I'm saying? These are the same dogs that the security held down the Hampton House. You know what I'm saying? So the dynamics of, back again, dialectical materialism, pros and cons, you know what I'm saying? And being utilized, I'll give another war story. We had our old headquarters on 5409 South Halsted, Chairman Fred House, and different street organizations, they was making bets. I mean, big money. I heard later on, I said, damn, I didn't know y'all had that much money. He was making bets. He said, Chairman Fred, he ain't no way possible the Disciples and Stones of Vice, those MCs gonna be at a party come together at this headquarters. We didn't have no money for no flyers, no resource for no flyers. We couldn't, so we had no money for the flyers. It was a guy who was a known stool pigeon. I know he was known. And mind you, this is the time when this was a rare. I know that mind you now you say a person stool pigeon, like, okay, keep keep talking. It's like somebody saying somebody got plastic surgery. That's nothing no more. But this is a time when that was a aberration. It stuck out. So I told the kid, I said, did this here, man. I said, I'm doing a private get together this weekend. I really was going to keep it between us, a few people. Don't let nobody know. The party was packed that weekend. I assessed what I'm dealing with and moved accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Dialectical materialism. Dialectical materialism. Yeah. Now we set the stage for a move to come, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Freedom on Radio been gonna still have the wins. We setting the stage for we up in the ante, man. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna look back on this in retrospect. In fact, we ain't gonna talk about it now. We're gonna brag about it later, y'all. It's coming.
So when we talk about legacy, I feel like you carried that. You are the epitome of what carrying a legacy is. Now, you were coming up. What made you choose to continue out and follow your father's legacy, Chairman Fred Senior legacy? And out of everything, what was the hard times? What challenges you faced on the road of actually realizing, like, no, this is what I'm called to do, and this is what I'm about to do? Because you could have went any route. Could have been like Michael Jordan's son. You know what I'm saying?
What it is? Well, I actually said in one of my poems. I said a poem. A lot of people want to know, how does it feel to be cited by you, being loved by the people and sweated by the you know who. If I can choose all, if I can choose.
That's the Dear Daddy one.
Dear Daddy, to do your. I want to be your son. By the way, that woman, the lady you chose, that was the one. But also, even in regards to, let me preface with this quote too. A legacy is more important in your life. A legacy is more important in your life, and we hold. We hold the line with that. We hold the line with it. Now, I'm a Black Panther Party Cub that birthed by battle, and it wasn't just a choice just on me. So I tell people relate to individualism, like I done this, I done. You know what I'm saying? In fact, I've technically failed my 4th year English high school for refusing to say me and I. Like literally, I mean, the teacher, he came, Mr. Griffin. He was explaining to me, you know, we went and got the book, old English book, all tattered, probably been back there, I don't know how many years. So he was showing. I said, he explained. I said, no. I said, we ain't with that. So he went and got the principal, Mr. O'Danick. I said, you gonna get whoever you want to get. we ain't with that. And the reality is, the Black Panther Party position was, Black Panther Party colors related to that to this day, that the whole is bigger than the part. The whole is bigger than the part. That's basic mathematics. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying, they say, well, man, that's, you know what I'm saying, you came up, but Tupac's in the song, I made a G today. Yeah, but you made it in a sleazy way. You know what I'm saying? What come, you know what I'm saying? Put in context, you know what I'm saying? So my path cannot just be simply attributed to just me alone. You know what I'm saying? My adversaries, my impact certain situations, my life, that, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, that remind me, you can't be a Michael Jordan son, you know, because the repercussions are, you see, to be on a plantation, the reality, you got to concede, you got to give up, something got to get taken from you. You know what I'm saying? You can't, no independence. They can't see it in you. You know what I'm saying? And when you talking about connected to not just someone on the plantation, but someone that stood up, not only stood up against massa, but stood up against massa in a way that transcends geographical and gender lines. You know what I'm saying? Generational lines. That to this day, Chairman Fred's tombstone is still being shot up right now as we speak. That'd be a cold shot right there. If y'all hit that picture right there. Right there. Well, see, we gonna get a relationship. I like how this thing go. Like we get to pick them when we speaking. You know what I'm saying? Yep. To this day, Chairman Fred's tombstone up in that, it's still shot up right now to this day.
You see it?
The police don't forget. They go, you know what I'm saying? The state don't forget.
No, not this one.
Mm-hmm. So that legacy, you say, man, what you mean they going down there to this Louisiana? Well, won't you put some cameras down there to catch us? I said, what part? They ain't said they was hiding. They up front. They go back there. Clock ain't no social media like clockwork. They go shoot this tombstone up. A legacy is more important in your life. And this legacy, you know, and I've been in situations in police stations, other people last name Hampton. Police come through. Which one of y'all related to D. Hampton? The police pull out a picture, and put it to our face. That's your man right there. So the state also, you know what I'm saying? It makes that connect. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, force you. This is what it is. Because you just couldn't. Sometimes, like some people can suffice. You're on a plantation. You have what we call a class piece. It won't come out who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people be shocked about, like, I can't believe such and such soul without whatever. You come from this cloth, you know what I'm saying? It's certain dynamics that they really want you to know. You just can't break. You can't kowtow like the regular cat. You gotta bend over so far. They want you to go down and grab the legacy of those those you come from. And I say, I don't know how to. I don't want to know how to. You know what I'm saying? And that legacy, like lots of a second nature that you do. Like, you know, some people you see, they do certain things, and man, they do that so comfortable. That's in their lineage. They had an ancestry thing not too long ago when they was going through Puffy Combs' lineage. They said they couldn't find no connection to no plantation, no slavery. And people say, "What, he black? I can't believe it." I said, "What you mean? I can believe it." Like, it's no frame of reference. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying, like, you talking about struggle, you know what I'm saying? And that, like I mean, when I was talking to this other brother, he was locked up, his mother's on the phone with me, we was to work on this case. He said, "You call your mother comrade?" And it stuck out. I didn't think it was nothing wrong with that. It was normal. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, I was deprived of a climate, or this climate, you know what I'm saying? Where it's certain things that, you know, like you speak a foreign language, you know what I'm saying? Like, this piece of Tupac's father was just talking about, he said, listen, we talking about relationships. He said, man, we went to bed with guns next to us. He said, even we didn't think we was gonna make it to tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So that context of relationship, you know like you tell some cats about like different parts in 1800s, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You say, man, this person brought a dowry for his wife. You're like, what's the dowry? He brought something to the potential wife's father, some cattle, some. What you mean? You bought but in the context of that time, you feel what I'm saying? If you told them that revolutionary climb, the different dynamic of man, and it's still remnants of that, and the state know it. There's still that was always that remain in Tupac, that remain in me, and other forces. You know what I'm saying? That we pick up on it, and like that connection to a people. You can't just chop that out. In fact, it was a period in South Korea that for a certain period of time, they would lock you up for 3 generations. You think you're finna get out? So, keep that one, keep that one. We're gonna weed it up out of you. So that dynamic, you know what I'm saying, like even to be here, I mean, the Hampton House. I mean, we came under contested conditions. After the state had plans for this joint, man. Man, cats was all in the hallway, laid out. I mean, ODing, like literally. We had to clean, man. We said, man, on that, this is the house of Chairman Fred grew up here. One brother asked me, he said, Chairman, he said, don't get rid of nothing, man. I said, what you mean? I said, I'm trying to fight that horde. And I say, my mama got that. I'll be trying to fight that. I don't want to do that. He said, man, do you understand that these are the dishes that Chairman Fred ate out of? DC Young Fly called from 85. He said, man, I'm in Chicago. I got to come touch bases. DC Young Fly come in, he come through 2, 3 in the morning. I said, man, they go to match. That's Chairman Fred's bed. He was a child. They go to bed, he laid in. DC Young Fly said, that's the sweater we gave you, man. He's sitting right there on that bed. I said, damn. He went out and say he grabbed the dirt from in front of the house. He said, man, the significance. He said, I need this dirt from here where I'm at. I see this sometime in brainstorm, you know what I'm saying? That brown corduroy blazer. We got that blazer, put my mother's hand, she didn't touch that blazer for 50 years to embrace that. And to a legacy. And then also, some people say, well, man, I hear you, man, but man, I can't really relate to that. My daddy or mama. You never hear me say the police killed my daddy. You hear me assess the U.S. government assassinated Chairman Fred. We offer, as a people, this is like DMX first wife had said at his funeral. She say the respect she was showing to his youngest child's, to all his children, mother. She said, a cat like him, she say, man, well, no, a dog like him. Right. She say, man, you couldn't limit him. She told us stories about him. She said he was like a spring, like a water, the water's coming out of a spring, constantly flowing. You can't, she said, man, she said the examples, how it impacts, it will live on, you can't just, you know what I'm saying? And when you have a force like that, you can't put no lid on them, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And we offer to people. You say, man, the Black Panther Party, certainly was a phenomenon. These are phenomenons, man. What is a phenomenon? A phenomenon is an unusual event, a person that could be scientifically explained. You know what I'm saying? And what is power? People say power is the ability to define phenomenon and make acting desired matter. You got then we offer these forces, but some of us get it twisted. They just like you try to say somebody they're drowning, they're swimming, they get to fighting you. They try to fuck over the legacy. Now we got to cut you. Because this legacy, we say protected, respected, never neglected. You have bogus organizations, both opportunists. They come at this motherfucker all the time. They try to cut it. Like, let me take a piece. No, this water, man. This spring, she said, it's constantly flowing. Well, come in. Well, I'm thirsty. What do you think about that's thirsty? Get a monopoly on this shit? This is, man, we're trying to create a car to ride to freedom. And we all damaged. We said, put your damaged bags in the trunk. Don't try to put that shit in the engine now. Well, man, my daddy wants shit. My mom wants shit. Put that shit in the trunk. We give you an opportunity, right? We get involved with a motherfucking organization, a legacy, a force that stood up on our own terms. You try to exploit them, we'll run your ass over. Why you think a legacy? Why you think right there they had James Amos? James Amos, who played John Amos, who played James Amos in Good Times. You know what's happening with him right now? They in Mississippi at a home, got him hostage as we speak. Told him the son can't see him. Yeah. This is, man. No, James, the one who played John on Good Times. Good Times. The TV show. I know motherfucking JJ. No, they not. They not motherfucking think about no goddamn. They not think about doing motherfucking JJ legacies. No, they want you some more goddamn JJs. I'm talking about James Amos, who played John Evans. James Evans. No, yeah. They don't fucking shit. They don't know shit. They want you shit. No, I'm talking about the one who fought, man, him and Esther Roll and along with the brother who actually wrote Good Time, who Norman Lear exploited. What's my man name? He was talk all the time. Can't think of my brother name. Who wrote this, Cooley High, all this. Who ended up in a homeless shelter in Los Angeles as well as Chicago. But they fought to make sure that the integrity of this black man, his father, was respected. You know what I'm saying? They got him they fucking him over right now in an elderly home. His legacy. And you cut a legacy, man. Why you think they had his legacy? He got children all throughout the world. I ain't talking about physical, biological children. It's children that he instilled pride into. You know what I'm saying? And you come in with your damage. Man, fuck that shit. I'm out there. We have examples. You know what I'm saying? Thelma was a symbol for beauty for sisters when we grew up. You know what I'm saying? You want to know, that's my woman. We had similar. That's what I'm saying. When you deprive, it's certain dynamics that allows you to live through them. You'll say vicariously to relate to them. You know what I'm saying? That man. And James Amos, who played James Evans. As a child, his grandparents' house was a layover for the Garveyites. You know what I'm saying? The same Garveyites that Malcolm's mom and daddy was getting the part of. Eric Monte. My man. Eric Monte. Man, that's who did Cooley Hat. That's who did good at what's happening, all that. The legacy. That's why with Chairman Fred, that's why he had these bogus ass unauthorized books. That's why we had to do damage control on the movie. They had all this incorrect ass, you know what I'm saying? And motherfucker, we mean the same thing. That's why we gotta be the motherfucking Rainbow Coalition. We gotta be on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, oh man, don't make a difference. You slip it. Matter of fact, it was an episode on Good Times when she wrote a movie. When they got through change, they said, man, who is this? They said, well, we had to change a few things. A legacy is more important than your life, man. We talking about Chairman Fred, everything, including from the nappy hair to the motherfucking cussing. All that was Chairman Fred. How he met with people, when he met, how he organized. You know what I'm saying? This man can go from the college campus to the motherfucking street corner saying that, man, what it is. He's a Black Panther. You know, I'm trying to ward him down. And somebody called me earlier. Oh, yes, this is such and such, such. I forgot how many titles the motherfucker said. But then Fred Hampton. I said, excuse me, I went to public school. How the fuck you got all them goddamn titles? I'm just Fred Hampton. You know what I'm saying? When we say Chairman Fred, ain't no ego. Man, this is an organization, a structured organization. This man, the FBI put a tap on this house when he was 13 going on 14 years old. And the motherfucker issue saying Chairman Fred with that. But you can say, yo, Professor Bozo, yes, Professor. Why? It's political. State sanctioned on his own motherfucking term. In Stateville Penitentiary, when they approached him, calling him by a motherfucking number, his only response, I'm Deputy Chairman Fred Hampton, chapter chairman of the Black Panther Party. And see, that's important. When they try to send the goon squad to him in Stateville, 9 white dudes and the Negro, they hit him. They gave him the hospital wing. A brother approached him, but said, Chairman Fred. 3 times. He said, we got your back. We got your Chairman Fred. I'm good. But he was, that language, that respect for that title. And a lot of people, if you listen, they can't say it. Someone got to be forced down with a bar of soap in their motherfucking mouth. You know what I'm saying? Clean that colonialism out their shit. They can't say it. Because, you know what I'm saying? They ain't never in their life seen no motherfucker, ain't never heard of no group of motherfuckers from 14 to 24 years old. Stand up on their own motherfucking terms. Say, goddamn it, man, we drawing the line somewhere. We saying children are hungry. We ain't waiting on no test to come out. We saying we're going to organize this free breakfast program. We're not waiting on the budget to get cleared. We're not waiting on the governor to validate this here. This free medical center going to happen here. And whoever it be, they try to send a stop this company where they come in suits and sunglasses, briefcase, or some cats that get the same colors we got. We drawing the line somewhere. We're going to feed these children. This and now Y'all make sure y'all tune in tonight too. We gonna be at Freedom on Radio. I usually can't do no 2 shows in one day. It's like asking Mike Tyson, got them to go have 2 fights. Cause this takes a lot out of me, man. You know what I'm saying? After the show, I'll be drained because man, you know.
That's why I don't want you. That's why this is like for like clips. Like we gonna clip this up. You ain't even gotta.
Yeah, I want y'all if y'all clip it. You're right, because people's attention span be different now. You know what I'm saying?
I just told him 10 to 15 seconds.
Yep. Take them clips.
The gym.
You know what I'm saying? Take it, slice it. It's amazing. I tell people, I got people who got footage of me for years. I said, man, you could have been ran, but I said, I could have been ran that shit up there. You know what I'm saying? Them rappers come out there, they throw that shit, man, they run that shit. Clip it with just y'all, the visual, the stuff I mentioned right here, man. Y'all, man, take this cake, man. Y'all throw the ice on this shit, make it, you know what I'm saying? Without compromise. That's why this relationship, I don't take for granted. A lot of people say, well, you could get anybody to do some film. No. Well, anybody do security? No. Everything political. How y'all come to respect, you know what I'm saying? To come here to this sisters asked me, can I move this? You know what I'm saying? You come into a situation you don't know. I don't know if it's sacred or what. Y'all, there's respect how we done it. You know what I'm saying? And I take like that's anything to film. I respect that and I appreciate y'all. See, everything not like a lawyer. You must even get a lawyer. Asada Shakur, her lawyer told her, one of the lawyers was auntie, one of the lawyers, Evelyn Williams. She said, it'd be legal suicide for you to do that interview in jail. So I appreciate it. She said, our political survival depends on me doing this radio interview. I had to do it. You know? So when I get out, I need people to understand, don't take this for lightly. And see, I people say, man, what's the big deal? No, this is, once that connection start being made, getting forces. Richard Pryor, who was impacted by the black, Richard Pryor, when he comes to Chicago, not first when he comes because he's born in Peoria. He born in Peoria. He say, he born in Peoria. Okay, I'm on an interview right now. I'm texting. That's ironic. I was just saying, I hope it's politics.
I'm gonna ask one more question, and then we can wrap.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I probably lost my sound, y'all. Okay. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
On this? Yeah, on the again. Hey, let me say something. Throw this in there too. On the this be a good hip hop clip too. Let me say some. Man, I'm talking about this tonight. Oh, I know I'm using trick my brain too. I was in there live again. They got that other night. This around the 50 years of hip hop. Get a call, come through. They got it, the South Museum, KRS-One. They get down. Man, they had some. I was gonna throw this in there real quick too, but man, these youngsters, these sisters doing this dancing. Premier One, forget their name. They had these double Dutch. These sisters on these double Dutch rope. The whole presentation was like a soul cleanser and an ear cleanser. When he performed, I said, damn, I took for granted. You take when it's going down, you know what I'm saying? Just the stuff, like, you literally felt different. I mean, like literally, I mean, and I said, damn, I can imagine how difficult it was for him to hold his line, hold the line about, even hip hop, and you can talk to people, like Mr. Chairman, if you talk to this person, educate them, not you, but a lot of people say, if I talk to this person, they're gonna be, we're gonna win them. Blah. Oh, well, we still get into it. 50 Cent say his hip hop got the impact him was KRS-One. This 50 Cent. You can't trump a person's experiences or past experiences or lack of experiences. Man. But let's go to our next point. Yeah.
So when we talk about influences, and we talk about I specifically want to talk about influences that's in front of media that's quote unquote represent our culture. Now, when I speak on that, I mean intellectual monkeys. Now, when you got a quotable that you go like, where you say, we had, no, not even you, it was Steve Becko, I think, Steve Becko. Black people have to distinguish the ability to articulate, the ability to
intelligence from the ability to articulate. Yes, yes.
Now, when you speak on that, what do you actually mean? That goes into
Stephen Biko, the Black Conscious Movement, assassinated in Pretoria, South Africa, otherwise known, occupied Tanzania. In fact, a movie I recommend people check out called Cry Freedom. Denzel Washington portrayed him in the movie. You should check that out. Denzel Washington.
What's the movie?
Cry Freedom. You dig? And man, Steve Biko he was young and assassinated, but we must distinguish the intelligence from the ability to articulate. The masses of people are very intelligent, you dig? And a lot of times we get caught up, this person don't speak the Queen's English, they don't have a degree, they're not articulate. You got to be able to distinguish that. Because, you know what I'm saying? Because a certain amount of, you got some cats you pick up, say, man, that makes sense to you. You can't, you think that's the Black Panther Party? And they just been saying plain language terms. You got some cats that can go to this whole exquisite, language, and but you're like, no, that's soothing. That sound nice. That shit don't add up. You know what I'm saying? 2 + 2 is 4. You can say some real calculus language, like what the vision of the situation, blah blah blah. And that suffices in some places. But you know what I'm saying? But intelligence. I ain't up with that. We don't relate to that. Well, I see my truth and your truth. This is a table. You know what I'm saying? That's a camera. This is a camera. It ain't about how I feel. There are certain concrete facts. You know what I'm saying? There's a definition for a Ford. You go to AutoZone, say, hey man, my such fuel injection is tripping. Ain't no, what do you think you have? You know what I'm saying? Are you a Virgo? What do you drive? Man, there's a spark plug. There's a concrete, tangible definition for that. There's a concrete definition for the Black Panther Party.
What's the analogy with the sisters of the Black Panther Party about the free breakfast program?
It'd be these sisters out front of the free breakfast program. Chairman Fred talk about it. Say sisters at the police pull up on us. Hey, y'all for capitalism? And it's just say, no. Chairman Fred said, that ain't no cool thing. We really ain't relating no capitalism. Says, okay. The pig say, well, what? Okay, socialism. So say, you know what? I really can't debate with you. I ain't can't own words in turn. I can't debate. The police said, okay, what about this free breakfast program? So they did. This was feed our babies, not our babies. If you took the fuck with it, we'll blow your motherfucking brains out. Cause we know, you know what I'm saying? We know these children, you know what I'm saying? We know we come down this free breakfast program. We know we come up out of here, man. It's a different dynamic with the children. Not only even the ones who not even eating, the impact on them, you know what I'm saying? And you can pick up on it. Those are the conditions, dialectical materialism, context clues, all that. You can look at them and say, when they're hungry, it's a different feeling. You know what I'm saying? The police know it. That's why the codes at 48 hours before they get the pop waiting on your motherfucking ass. They've been starving you all day. They know it. Tap into it. It impacts your thinking, impacts your attitude. You come in, people say women say, wait till a man hard, it's stomach. But with people, anything, animal, it impacts you. Not just physically, it impacts you, emotionally. So we must grasp the ability to at least to distinguish. Man, that's intelligence. That's real talk. Or sometimes you might want to hear some more Suze saying shit like, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Like in Good Times, right? The Good Times, Floyd Evans, when the guy was the preacher, he ran some big thing. Floyd Evans said, that was good. That's some bullshit, though. That was good. And we can do that. You know what I'm saying? We can. It's some of this stuff. They are leadership, and you listen to some. Man, that's some cool sounding ass shit. But when we come down to the basic at that, man, what they gonna do? The basic needs of politics: food, clothing, shelter, survival for our people. We get to be able to distinguish that. Got to.
Good.
One more thing.
Okay.
Right. I want you. I actually this be a one of many, right? Because I want you to do a promo for August 30th.
Yes.
And I want you to do that just so we can even, because what's today? July what? The 19th? That shit around the corner.
You know what? I'm glad you reminded me. I gotta do another promo too. I'm glad you reminded me. I'm glad you reminded me. I want you to cut this.
Look, I want you to do just a clip.
Yeah.
Everything that you got.
Yeah.
promoting.
Yeah. I'm gonna do this one separate, then do the other one. Matter of fact, I'll do y'all magic with this one. Take this one. I'm doing one for the upcoming August 9th Black Ball for Mike Brown Jr. You know, it's just August 9th. Now I'm supposed to got that promo to him so we can get that done.
So let's do the promo. August 9th, Mike Brown. Can we just section these from everything else? These are like just too many clips of him promo.
Yeah, I think I'll leave that to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have the full video. You cut how you want to cut it. Yep.
Let's go.
And we did get it on my heels. Can we get this done like soon? August 9th? Yeah, okay. I know you be up all night making it happen, no doubt.
I got my boy Ant come to my crib tonight.
So you're right. Right on.
Chubby, do you got anything that you want to promote coming up from July 19th on?
Heads up, eyes open, the fist clench, y'all. Here we are. I think it's 9 years later. Scratch. Let me just try this one more time. I'm almost sure this coming up on 9 years. Mike Brown. Here's coming up on this. I'm almost sure it'll be the 9th year. August 9th. Heads up, eyes open, and fist clenched. It's Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. We come up on August 9th. I don't want to say anniversary, but the acknowledgement of the murder of Mike Brown Jr. We're going to be in St. Louis, the Black Ball, y'all. Let's be there. August 9th, man. Never forget. Long live Mike Brown Jr. In fact, Che Guevara said, let there be 1,000 Vietnams. Chairman Fred Jr. said, let there be 1,000 Mike Brown towns. August 9th, the Black Ball.
That's one. Yeah, we could clip that, and then we can make a flyer. Make a flyer. I have my man make. Make a flyer, slap it on the back of it.
Cool. Okay, right on. We got. They got the flyer already for that. I'm sending it to you. They got the flyer already. Okay. And if they can make a little clip, throw a little picture of Mike Brown there, whatever. Yeah. Let me do August 30th too. The clip.
Yeah, we can do the August 30th clip. This is the last one.
Yeah.
That's the one. Can we really get Chairman Fred staying up enough, like as much as him?
I got him.
It's kind of like framing him, so it looks like you can see his eyes, you can see your eyes. It's really nice.
Right on.
You know, yeah.
Right on.
You know exactly what I mean.
Right on.
Yeah, that shit. Yep. Yes, sir. Oh, you all right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Heads up, eyes open, and fist clenched. Y'all know what this is and how we do this. We come on August 30th, 2023, the 75th birthday of Chairman Fred Hampton. Had not he been assassinated, along with the Fist Captain Mark Clark. We need everybody on deck, y'all. 12 o'clock high noon, we're going to be at Ground Zero, 2337 West Chairman Fred Hampton Way, all roads in Chicago, y'all. It's going down. Chairman Fred Hampton's 75th birthday, y'all. The annual Chairman Fred Street Party. Stop making y'all way there, y'all. Let's make history. Let's take history. Let's tape history. Right on.
And cut. Yeah, press that red button real quick.
Right on.
Press that red button. Yep. Boom. Boom. There you go. All right, cool.
I love it.
Oh, do we have to get kicked out right away?
No, sir. No.
All right, cool.
No.
Let's start with HDMI cables. So there's 3 HDMI cables.
No.
Let's grab them, roll them, and then put them in the bag.
You can take a cube, Rico.